Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, your executive producer, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. Particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, those being Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, and L, without whom we would do nearly as much as we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
I'm dead.
That too. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vampire of the Dark Ages: Rome by Moonlight. I am Sen, your storyteller for the evening. I am joined this week, hopefully. No, Thursdays are the ones where it's not necessarily where it's hopefully all week, but still hopefully all night. By Jeremy.
Hi. Yeah. Hopefully this week we will see. But tonight for sure. Hi. My name is Jeremy. I am playing Anais, who is a follower of Set, and yeah, that's all I've got. It's late December. What do you want?
Been four
Peace on Earth.
sessions since you murdered someone.
Kindness between mankind.
It has been. It's been so long.
It'll still be
And
2
I'm gonna
weeks
start
till we
keeping
say
a
we're
tally.
sorry.
and Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Sabina de Forley, who is a Tremere, or no, not a Tremere. That's the other one. The other one that starts with the T, Shamasay, which does not sound like it starts with a T, because why? Anyway, surgeon.
Because other languages.
Because of other languages.
It took me a while to figure out that spelling equaled that was what you were saying when it was what you were referring to. Because I was used to hearing it out
I like
loud,
the
and
other
then I look at the book and be like,
pronunciation, but I've
never
been
heard
told that
one
that's not
said
the
out
correct
loud.
way to do it, so.
The thing is,
I've never heard that one said out loud.
not even the developers say it the same way.
No, it's coming either Shamasay or Zimisk.
Or
I've heard
Zimisk.
it, or Zimichi. Yeah, I've heard it like literally dozens of different ways. My all-time favorite will be Tashimise, which makes no fucking sense.
Shamasay makes enough sense, and it just sounds better than all the other options. So
yes, absolutely.
I disagree.
And Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally, and I'm playing Vina Voiceovich, the Tremere.
Who may or may not be stuck in a library all episode.
It will probably be stuck in a library all episode if I have anything to say about it.
And Holly.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Luciana Borgia. She is Olisambra.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm playing the Toreador, Hyacinthos, who is an ancient twink.
And the only male pronouns using character in the episode in the game.
Yes.
And Shawnee.
Hi, I am Shawnee or William, and I'm playing Kata Valkyria, the Automane of Ill Omen.
Yes, enjoying library is another way that you can say stuck in a library. Another way is in hell. Missouri,
Tomato,
where they
tomato.
presumably have a library.
Tomato, potato.
Actually, what state is hell in again?
Michigan.
Michigan.
What?
That came up on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Oh,
It's-
hell,
it's-
yeah,
Yeah,
there
hell,
is
Michigan.
this.
Yeah, this
It is.
They have a very nice ice cream parlor there.
Presumably they
They're
also have a
coming is
library.
in Georgia.
Yes.
Please tell me the
Georgia.
name of the ice cream parlor
As
in
is
Hell, Michigan.
coming is in Georgia near Lovejoy.
Yeah. Please tell me the name of the ice cream parlor in Hell, Michigan is just called Frozen Over.
No, it's like I don't
to move
remember
to
what it's
hell.
called, but it is not that. They do have a very nice sort of mural on the wall, and you can get all of your ice cream toppings out of a coffin.
You know, I always knew that hell would be in the Midwest.
Yeah.
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 It
I haven't
regularly
lived there.
Ice cream toppings out of a
because it's
coffin.
Michigan.
Anyways,
I want to get ice cream toppings out of a coffin.
we'll get some ice cream toppings. We'll put them in a coffin.
Please.
Okay. have it just
I
mounted
really
on the wall.
want an ice cream bar now.
Just turn it into a shelf.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Question why you have a coffin laying around?
Don't ask questions.
Why would you ask that question?
Why would you ask questions?
Ooh, coffin-shaped ice cream sandwiches. That sounds. Anyways.
That's a Halloween treat right there.
Last time, on the Vampire the Dark Ages Run by Moonlight, two of our party met a figure of some talk about town. One Galen, a wandering physician, as it were, who seemed to have just enchanted Sabina and Luciana with his presence and with his demeanor and wit, and certainly nothing else. Vina found her way to a Tremere library, and upon donating some blood, shall we say, was allowed access to their rituals to learn, and has spent some amount of time studying. Hyacinthos inserted himself as a backup right hand man to Anais, who now has a days without murder count behind Jeremy's head.
Fantastic.
And Kara avoided walking into some sort of munitions facility that smelled heavily of death and fire, after having a brief conversation with someone whom she assumes is a Malkavian, and then wandered off to get fed. And Anais watched it all happen.
Anais likes to watch.
So she just standing there menacingly.
And Sabina wandered around for a bit with Luciana, then went home and demanded information from her mistress's revenant.
A little bit of a hissy fit.
A little bit of a. I'm trying to. I wish I could like insert the sound of a vampire hissing and then end it with Ephit. But if I tried right now, my sinuses would rebel against me, so I'm not going to.
So just imagine that.
Imagine that sound. But yes. So you've all ended your evenings in various safe theoretically places. Go ahead and everyone roll me a D100 while you're sleeping during the day.
Fantastic.
Because
this is promising.
There are things happening.
Nothing is going to happen
during the day that
That's fine.
nobody is taking protections against. So.
Oh goodness.
Well, Hyacinth is.
Yay! I'm not the worst.
Oh my gosh!
In the opposite way.
All right, we're about to find out whether high or low is good here.
Better.
Yeah. Hyacinth has not disclosed that location to anyone, which absolutely means
So
that people whose job is hunting can't find it.
This is well.
So who doesn't wake up?
That's okay. You all wake up. You all wake up. Spend your willpower and your point of blood. Or not willpower. Your point of blood. Spend
Gain your willpower.
Gain your willpower. Spend your point of blood if you haven't already.
Yep.
Do we all wake up where we fell asleep?
Yes, you all wake up where you fell asleep.
Okay.
With all of our body parts.
With all of your body parts.
You're asking the wrong question.
Not next to us. Attached.
Yes, attached.
You're asking the wrong question. It's which one of us wakes up surrounded.
Yeah, God, I've been trying to figure out which question to ask. I'm horrified.
Surely nothing horrible. Surely nothing terrifying can happen in a vampire game. You're the monsters. What could possibly be worse than you?
People.
Our GM.
Yeah, you.
I'm trying to give the expression of that 80s kid with the bowl haircut
What's
meme.
the point at which you frenzy again?
Half? No, hang on.
No, it has to do with like
below
your
7. It's 7
it's
minus
7
your
minus your
self-control.
Yeah. Which for me is gonna be a 5. Okay. That's right.
Are you at 5 or less blood points this morning?
I'm gonna get myself down to 6.
You may wish to drink before you healed today.
Yes.
Did you ask
I'd
for
go eat a chicken or
breakfast when
two.
you woke up?
I did.
Okay.
I did request breakfast.
So yes, who all made requests of ghouls the night before? Because I've forgotten.
I did.
I did. I also set. I have finished making my other ghoul. My ghoul, not
Yes,
Katarina's, and I have the cat watching the house.
Mm-hmm. The one cat.
Yep.
And your request, I Kento's request was information, right?
Yes.
And then your request,
just that.
Something that is just food.
Yes.
Okay.
And definitions of vocab words,
which I believe was rolled to a dot of politics that was
yes.
taken. Yes, so that was handled mechanically. All right. Yeah. So we'll start with Sabina. You wake up hungry, not too hungry yet, but pretty hungry. And going upstairs, getting yourself dressed and appropriate, you can head up into the main building of the home that you are meant to be squatting in and preparing for your lady's arrival. And at the dining room table, sort of like strapped to the table, is an unconscious, fairly large human male individual. But judging based on the attire and the marking on the flesh, this looks like some sort of gladiator, perhaps.
Okay.
That is unconscious, and there is your the oh god, name. What is his name?
Caius?
Caius is not around.
No, my
no, Caius.
My ghoul is Nuncio.
Yes, Nuncio, but you asked Caius for the food, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. Caius, there's basically like sort of a note left functionally that basically indicates to you that this one cannot be drained fully. Basically, eat but don't kill.
Okay.
It seems that it would be missed if it was. But you are able to. How many? They are unconscious and tied to a table. How many points of blood would you like to take?
Oh. What's the normal limit? It's like
so the absolutely safe limit is 3.
3.
If you go further than that, it depends on how healthy the target is, whether they will be in any danger.
Okay.
So you could make if you wanted to, you could make a
intelligence medicine,
perception and medicine roll
perception
to see if you can tell how healthy they are at a glance.
I do have to say when I heard the ghoul's name, for some reason, maybe it was the Moldakin, I heard that the ghoul is an NGO, and I was very confused.
The Revenant is Caius, the ghoul is Nuncio.
No, yes, I
fair.
I got it after the fact, but I was like, you ghouled an entire non-governmental organization? Wow.
With a 5, you can tell this is a extremely healthy individual. They are evidently very good at their job, and do not have many, if any, long-lasting wounds or health problems or anything like that. You can probably take about 5 points of blood off this person without risking them dying.
I'll take 5 then.
All right. You take 5. They are significantly paler than when you started, but not so much that they seem to be in danger of dying.
Okay.
He had some good rolls.
But he is not currently here. I am going to spend that last one to get me fully healed, and I'm up to 10.
All right. So that was your awakening. Did anybody wake up hungry based on your blood pool?
Oh, shit. I need to. No.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a while.
I need to make my roll thing.
Hi, Kentos. You head into Alexandru's apartment that he's keeping?
Technically, it's my apartment, but I don't sleep there, so yeah, I guess it's his.
I mean, it's your apartment, but he's keeping the apartment, so to the public perception, it's his. He's also not there. There is a there is a note that has been left.
Hyacinth does nothing to dissuade people from believing that he sleeps there.
Yeah. There is a note left there for you that basically says that he's following up on some leads based on your request, and will update you when he returns. When next he sees you. Jerry?
What is the difficulty? I didn't write it down, and I don't think I don't. If I didn't write it down, since I just copied and pasted it, I assume it doesn't name a difficulty. What is the difficulty for my nightmares willpower roll?
Let me double check on that real quick. I think it's diff 6, but let me double check. That's
it just says a willpower roll, so probably standard.
Let me look at it real quick.
Let me check that. Sure.
I based it
off.
Yeah,
it just says make a willpower roll.
I based it off the points that it was. I'm trying to.
It's a 1-point flaw.
1-point flaw? Yeah, diff 6.
Or it can be. I mean, I would say that means it depends on you and how terrible the nightmares are each night. But probably. So diff 6, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
nightmares it is. It's not a botch. There is a 7 in there.
There is a 7 there. That's good.
So yeah. This is perfect, actually. Your dreams the entire night or the entire day are all all based around people behaving like Luciana was last night. Head over heels in love, infatuated with this person that you have not met yet. And you spend the entire dream sequence attempting to get to people that are, if not important emotionally, important politically to you. Trying to get to them before this other person does. You know he's heading after them, and every time you are there 2, 3, 4 steps too late, and the person that you're trying to get to and intercept has already been infatuated and just does nothing but talk about how much they love this Galen person. It's Luciana, it's Lucrezia, it's Lucrezia's mom, whose name I can't think of off the top of my head. Just an increasingly dire collection of people, including Kara and Vina and just everyone except for Hyacinthos for some reason never shows up in your dream. Just dominoes falling all night until you wake up in a cold sweat.
Awesome. Being that my nightmares are visions from Set, clearly Set wants Galen to die.
Clearly.
I'm okay with this.
And you have...
it has been 0 days since...
so all your dice pools all
are down by 1.
All your dice pools are down by 1 until your next sleep.
Yep.
As these visions continue to haunt you. Does anyone else have morning things they need to take care of? Real quick? Like nightmares or anything like that? No? Okay. Vina.
Yes.
You wake up in yet another unfamiliar place. I assume you stayed at the Chantry.
Yeah.
At some point, you either wandered off on your own or were escorted off from your studies to the various to the place within the words are failing me. Chantry, thank you. Where Tremere can sleep. You were assigned a bunk. Fairly spacious. It's not like a bunk bed situation or anything like that. It's your own room, which is relatively small. You have noticed that based on the amount of walking that you did to get from one place to another and the relative size, either you can cram a lot more library into a lot smaller of a place, or this place is magic and nothing is actually next to each other, even though it feels like it's all right next to each other.
She believes she believes option B.
Most likely, but yeah, because you walked you walked an amount of distance that would not have gotten you across the library you were in before you got to your barracks area, which was a single bedroom, but it was a bedroom. It would have been inside the library if it was as close as it felt like it was. Do you wait for someone to come get you, or do you try to navigate your way back to the library on your own?
She'll try and navigate back on her own.
All right, go ahead and give me a 1 second. Go ahead and give me a enigmas. So this is not a standard roll. This is going to be your rolling your willpower and enigmas.
Okay.
And you may add your dots of thaumaturgy to this roll.
Okay, so I think the way I'm going to have to do this, because I'm not seeing willpower as an option in the dice rolls, none enigmas, and then
add a number of dice equal to your willpower and your dots of thaumaturgy.
5 and 3, so another 8. And what was the difficulty again?
Diff 6.
Diff 6. All right. Come on.
Five successes. You navigate your way through the halls back to the library. It takes you a little bit longer than it took you yesterday, and you feel as you maneuver, you feel this constant pull on your attention. It's like everything is distracting you, kind of, and you have to really like focus down in order to continue. You realize that if you weren't practiced in thaumaturgy, thus you weren't a Tremere, you probably would have gotten lost without realizing how you had gotten lost. There seems to be some sort of perception effect on this place, where even though the hallways don't seem like they are particularly maze-like to you at the moment, if your attention hadn't been so focused and if you hadn't been actively looking for where you were going, you would have just wandered forever until you were found.
Interesting.
But you end up at the back at the library where you can continue studying. Shortly after you crack a book and begin reading, or unroll a scroll, Mercurius arrives. You can tell he arrives without him making any sound. It's just like your attention is drawn to him as he enters the room. And he works his way towards you. So, Vina, I take it you are enjoying the accommodations that have been provided to you.
If it were not for the fact that I had to imbibe every night, I would potentially stay here forever.
The curse of our people, unfortunately. We have to subsist how we can for our knowledge to continue. I would not recommend spending too much time amongst the books today. There are activities that need to be done within the Chantry, and our senior members tend to like their privacy. But if you come back in the evening, you will be available to, or in the morning, I should say. Studies will be available to you again. This is the perfect time for you to go find some breakfast.
I will see you before sunrise.
Of course.
Hopefully.
Should you need me before then, you may find me in Elysium or here.
She'll sketch a soft bow and then make her way out into the city proper.
Before you go, as you begin to walk, he will reach into a pocket and pull out a small bronze insignia. It is a hang on. They are the hang on. They're the D&D scene mysteries, right?
Mhm.
It is a. It's sort of like a small bronzed grape, like depiction of of like a bunch of grapes, just as like a small like cloak brooch or pin. Um, wear this with your clothing. It will denote you as a member of the Chantry. To those who know how to look.
As much as I enjoy membership and camaraderie, it would behoove me most to keep this secret.
It's not going to reveal to anyone who does not already know. This is to allow your fellow siblings in mystery to offer their aid should you ask for it. You do not have to wear it openly. You can show it when you ask if you so desire.
She'll take it.
Yeah. Functionally, what he's saying is this is how you prove to other Tremere that you are a part of the Chantry. Functionally. Because it's not
I'm
like
in the club, don't worry.
Yeah, it's not like everyone comes and reads the new role. Like everyone comes and updates themselves on the roles every day, right?
I know the Tremere rules, and we're all fam in the club.
Yep. But yeah, you're free to leave. Where are you heading first?
Honestly, she'd probably head back towards the Trevi Fountain because that was where they set up as central base, and if Kara has not just fucked off to feed for the night, she may still be around there by the time Vina lopes her way over there.
All right. Meanwhile, Luciana, you wake up. You spent your point of blood. There is no letter waiting for you denoting what you should do immediately. So what are your immediate thoughts and plans?
Trying to remember what I discussed at the end of last session.
Mostly Galen.
Yeah, I was going to say mostly
Galen.
No,
Before
we-
Galen,
no,
we were
we did
waiting to
talk-
hear back from the which clan? The
Cappadocians.
Cappadocians.
Yeah. Yes, we're wait, but no, Nias and Luciana did speak of things other than Galen. They talked about what we were doing next. I'm trying to remember.
Although it is worth noting that your dreams were extremely pleasant and mostly revolved around being entertained and waited upon by Galen.
Seems right.
Finally, someone that treated you with the respect you deserve.
Finally, some good fucking food.
I think the plan was. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember. We did talk about something. I think the plan was to investigate stuff, but I feel like there.
As far as I can remember, our next step was to hear back from the Cappadocians. So unless you and Ananias hatched up a secondary plan.
No, we were just talking about like investigation, but I feel like there was something specific we wanted to ask about, but I can't remember.
Do you recall, Jeremy?
I'm thinking. I feel like so. I'm gonna run through it in my head.
I would go check last week's episode, but
that's gonna take a while.
And I'm
also that. I feel like it went through my head, and honestly, most of it is shut the fuck up about Galen.
Galen.
There was. See if I wrote it down. I doubt that I did.
I know. Ananias wanted. I thought wanted to like either investigate or talk to Hyacinthos about something, but.
Well, yes, that's something that that's something I don't know that was expressed, but I know it's something that Anais knows that she needs to do. Mostly what we were talking about was trying to figure out how to determine if the Templars are if there is any
There was
relation
some talk about
between the
separating.
Templars and the Salubri.
There was some talk about separating
Yeah.
someone off so we can question people.
Yes, that was it. We were trying to get one of the Templars separated, because if we can abduct one of them,
That's what it
that
was.
bitch will tell us
Okay.
everything.
Thank you. Okay, yes. No, I knew there was something.
It took multiple of us, but we got there eventually.
Yeah.
I'm glad you remembered it, because that sounds awesome.
Were people meeting her back at her place? I can't remember what the plan was.
There was no established meeting location.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Galen kind of distracted her.
Kind of.
Then she'll go meet up with Anais when she gets up.
Okay.
Wherever Anais is. I don't know where you are.
I don't remember where I went to.
I think you did.
I don't
you
remember
didn't go
if
back
I
to your.
said.
You didn't go back to your temple. You stayed in like.
No, I did not go back to
Yeah.
my temple because it was too late.
Yeah.
You stayed at your rooms in Luciana's house.
No, I had left. Well, I had left specifically Luciana's area.
Yeah, to go
which
talk
means
to
I was
Lucretia.
over in the Lucretia area, which is a
Mhm.
much smaller room. So yeah, that's probably where I ended up staying, because it would be weird if I left and then came back, and then yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm over in Seditween.
Oh, she'll check like Anais's room at her place
Mhm.
first. And if you're
Not
there,
there.
she will
Yep.
go to the other location then.
That's the other problem. I'm a deep sleeper. So
It's
I
cool.
have
can get you
nightmares
up.
and it's hard to wake me up.
Oh, I can get you up.
But it's not the one that you sleep in late. So I still get up at a regular time. And I am in the process of getting, I feel like Anais is probably, you might have to again, because I know you enjoyed this so much last time, go Anais hunting, because Anais is in a shit mood, and Anais needs to go get some spiritual grounding. That is definitely, unfortunately, not going to help. So Anais has headed to her temple and probably hit some poor servant along the way for looking at her wrong.
Makes sense. So yeah, you look
Okay,
around.
then.
You look around several different places within the estate and are unable to find Anais. You are able to find reports, though, that Anais seemed to be leaving in not the brightest of moods.
What else is new?
I'm always very pleasant.
Pointed
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
Pointed enough that they refer to it in that way, rather than just say nothing other than she left. You know that the servants of your house typically do not give you unnecessary information.
Yep. Then Luciana will go Anais hunting.
All right. Let's see. Sabina,
Yes.
what you doing after you ate?
Okay. All right. So there's Galen, and there is Luciana.
Mhm.
And I don't know what we're doing next. But
Galen,
I should
presumably.
probably what?
Galen, presumably.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be great, but I don't know. And hmm, I'm going to try and dress up again. I want to look nice.
All right. Go ahead and give me a charisma and appearance roll.
Okay.
Difficulty. You have access to the clothing. It's just about putting it on yourself.
Yes.
Difficulty 5.
Charisma and appearance.
Don't layer too much. That just makes it that much harder to grab your underwear to throw at him.
That's why they have those. That's why they have the bustle pockets. So you can just untie and then open up.
Hang on, I gotta do that manually. All right, so it'd be 4 dice. Let's see. I'll just do a charisma and none, and I'll just do a modifier of 1. That should work. -5. 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah,
wow.
You are
okay.
When feeling inspired.
Yeah.
There's something inspiring you to do your best in this particular day as you think about the way that Lady Sforza dresses herself and dresses her handmaids, as you think about the way that Luciana dresses herself and Anais carries herself and Hyacinthos carries himself, and you just sort of all these various different inspirations that you're taking from, and yeah, you managed to make what clothes you've got access work very well, far better than they have any right to, honestly. And yeah, you are looking particularly nice tonight. I will say that in polite society, you'll have a bonus die for any social roles that deal with you looking nice.
Okay,
So
excellent, great.
Put a note there.
And I'm going to go find my ghoul.
So I guess
and tell him we're going.
Technically, I guess it would be a bonus die to any appearance-based rolls.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go to your. Have you done any further experimentation on him, on Nuncia?
No, I've not.
So yeah, so you've got this this.
I've been letting him heal up.
Refrigerator chest of a man that has had the skin of that chest hardened with various calcium deposits. That definitely is not fully like bodybuilder up inverted Dorito shape, but definitely getting there. Like much more of a refrigerator than a Dorito, but has that like disproportionate legs aspect going on.
Yeah. We've probably got extra clothes from various victims over the months.
You do.
I'm gonna throw some clothes at him.
It takes you a little bit. You end up basically just getting like some bed sheets and tying them around him in a toga, and like getting some sort of like coat on top of that, and it's very old school, out of fashion for the moment, but it covers the things that need to be covered at the very least.
Okay. All right.
Definitely need to get some tailoring done for this man at this point, and we'll probably need more when you get done modifying him further.
All right. We are going out. I have work to do, and you are my bodyguard.
Yes,
you are also
mistress.
Luciana's bodyguard.
Yes, mistress.
I'll point Luciana out to you. You are not going to talk about anything you have seen in this house.
Yes, mistress.
Great. I'm gonna head out with him.
I'll follow you out. All right. You have yourself looking wonderful, trailed by a man that draws many looks and startled gasps and shifting ways.
Okay. All right. I need to get him suitable clothes. This is unacceptable. I am trying to make a good impression here to a certain physician
make a wits and what's a polite society roll?
Etiquette.
Yeah, make a wits and etiquette roll for me.
Wits and etiquette.
-5.
Okay. All right. Wits and etiquette. 4 successes.
So you think it definitely is partly what he's wearing. It's also partly that he's not quite rightly shaped. He's not well balanced physically. You're pretty certain what you need to do is really rebalance out that sort of appearance aspect of him, shift some things around so he looks a little bit less like a box and more like a person.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Does he seem fairly like he's had a couple days to recover?
Oh, yeah, no, he's pretty well recovered at this point.
All right.
Damn modern beauty standards.
Damn it. Back. We're going back. I'm going to fix this.
Okay, you take him back to your lab. You put him up on the slab.
Yeah. Here we go. All right. Put an apron on, get going. I'm going to try and balance him out so that we are not drawing this much attention.
All right, let's see. Pull up that
It's
Vistula.
dexterity and bodycraft is, I think, the role. Where is that thing for difficulty? Vicissitude.
We're going with. Are you going with Malleable Visage or Transmogrify the Mortal Clay?
Can I use Malleable Visage? I just want to balance him out. I'm not trying to like add any functionality or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's
Malleable Visage would be enough to cover up what's been done.
Okay. I am going to do that.
Yeah. So yeah, then it'll be perception. Sorry, it'll be intelligence plus bodycrafts diff 6.
Okay. All right, let me spend that blood first before I forget. Where is that? Down here.
1 blood point and intelligence
It
bodycrafts.
goes away so fast. All right. Intelligence. Diff 6.
And don't botch.
Yeah. I'm going to spend a willpower on this.
All right, 1 point.
So 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah, so with this particular aspect, with this bit of Malleable Visage, you don't have to like dig in, so you're not even going to get your hands dirty necessarily. You just you place your hands on the flesh and begin sort of massaging and kneading it, and as you do, you can feel the sort of hard muscle fibers and twisted bits of flesh that were made more durable earlier begin to give way underneath your gentle massages, and you push the musculature back out to the arms and push it further down to the legs, spreading out some of the denser. Still, the material is still remaining dense. It's just now being spread further out around, more well-rounding the shoulders and things. Far more like a human being now as you finish up and you just gently massage the muscles back to where they belong. He hasn't lost any of his additional innate defenses that you've given him. He just now looks a bit more natural. And you realize as you do this, probably whenever you transmogrify the mortal clay, afterwards you'll probably need to do a malleable visage just to make them look presentable again. Because the work that you do is impressive and powerful and leaves a mark.
Yep.
So.
All right. Heading back out again.
This time he still is dressed weirdly, but not so weird that
will he fit in a regular shirt now? Because I'm going to
he does fit in more regular clothes now. So you're able to get
I'm gonna make sure.
He's still,
I don't want to stand out.
It's still a bodybuilder wearing a person who is not a bodybuilder's clothes.
Yep.
But it's less you're putting a square peg in a round hole than it was previously.
Okay. All right, and I'm heading over to Luciana's probably, because where else am I going to go?
Okay. All right. Hyacinthos.
Hyacinthos is rather frustrated right now. It seems to be going around. I wonder what could be causing such a thing. He's going to hang around the apartment for a little bit, angrily rearranging his displays of reverence to the gods. And if it becomes clear that Alexandru is not showing up anytime soon, he will stomp his way out.
So how long do you wait?
I'll give it an hour.
Yeah, no, he's not back after an hour.
Yeah. At first I'm angry that I'm waiting around on a ghoul, of all things, but I've had him around for like a couple centuries now. So if he was really that much of a problem, I would have dealt with it by now. Where am I going to go? I don't think Hyacinth knows where he's going right away when he stomps out.
Okay, just wandering randomly.
Maybe not randomly, but aimlessly.
Okay. Well, Charlie, great time to start playing Marvel Rivals as we're going to you.
Yeah, no, I was just checking on a thing.
So Kara, what do you do in the morning when you wake up after you spend your blood and arise in the dark depths of the Trevi Fountain?
Yeah, sort of stands up, stretches, starts to climb down because she probably found a high place, like somewhere closer to the ceiling of the underground area, to nestle in for the night. Because even if she is in a place that is large and expansive and easy to get lost in, she doesn't like sleeping in obvious places.
It's hard to find some like it's not. It's not that there aren't places that you can climb up to. It's just hard to find anything that would be considered high, given the amount of building that's in here. It's sort of like really densely packed. But yeah, you can find yourself climbing down from a bit of rubble.
The place the cat would sleep.
Yeah.
But she will give it a bit of time to see if Vina like shows up and needs to get anything from her before she takes off. But at the moment, she has hit the stage of her arrival in new places where she is waiting for signs from the gods or from fate and her mistress and her task, where it's sort of there is a brief period of getting to know a place and then waiting for signs of what actually I'm here for. Because whether or not it's what the other vampires that have been around her want her to do, that's not for them to decide, and it's not even for her to decide. So she's waiting for first for Vina and second for any particular sign as she sort of sets up a small shrine to the gods and just pays her evening respects.
All right. So we'll say Vina does then arrive at the fountain because that's where Vina was going. Vina, when you arrive at the fountain, you notice there's a bit of a commotion outside the fountain. In the front, there are definitely people. There are sort of Roman like military attempting to prevent people from congregating around the front of the fountain all that much. And looking around, looking in the direction, you can see that there seems to have been some incident that has occurred within the waters of the fountain or within like amongst the statue area of the fountain. But you're not really able to get too terribly close, at least not without doing something. Would you like to try to investigate that further, or just go straight around the back to find where Kara is?
I think. I think she's going to stay as close, like as hidden or as close to the walls as she can, but sneak around to the side to see if she can see what's going on.
I'm going to be just dexterity stealth difficulty 4.
Looking right by her. Yep. Four successes.
Yeah, you're able to get up pretty close without being noticed too terribly much. And you can see that there is a body that has part of what's going on is that it seems like the military people are trying to extract this body from the statue.
Now, when you say extract from the statue, do you mean like a body parts interwoven, or like just taken off?
The Trevi Fountain depicts oh god,
Neptune.
Uranus.
depicts Oceanus,
Oh.
the god Oceanus, sort of and his shell carrier that's pulled by 2 hippocamps and 2 cascading tritons. In that depiction, he is basically standing, nothing in his hands, but he's sort of standing in like a dominant, sort of like a dominant pose. It looks like a human has been crammed into the space between the arm and the waist, in a way that they're not meant to fit, and in a way that indicates that they weren't placed there with any care about whether or not they would survive the process. And there is just sort of like blood splattering all over the statues, and the inner wall behind it as well. Make me in wits and occult, difficulty 7.
One
success. There is within the blood a pattern that has been drawn on the wall behind Oceanus. You're not sure the purpose of it, but it is from what you can tell. What region are you from as far as religious practices?
Croatia, the Slavic area.
So Slavic. Okay. You wouldn't know the precise like culture of origin, but you can sort of, from the symbology and how it was placed together, you get a sort of a bit of a sense that this seems to be invoking the presence of a particular supernatural deity or supernatural entity. You would from the iconography and the way it's been depicted and the substance, the material that was used, you would imagine that this is going to be the equivalent of someone calling, for your perspective, this would be someone calling down what you would assume would be the equivalent of, I think it's Cernabog is the death one. Basically, someone's calling destruction.
Cernabog, yeah.
Yeah. Someone is invoking divine like retribution and destruction. Seems to be what has happened.
Her hand again slides up her staff and just,
but you do not
fiddles with the symbol of Cernabog.
Yeah, you don't recognize the specific like mythology or belief structure that is being utilized here.
Well, she'll remember all this. Yeah, she's gonna take a step back and go see if she can get Kara, because this is something that Kara would need to see going on in town.
Yeah. So yeah, it is fairly easy to get around the back, and slip into the underground area unnoticed. So Kara, you're in the middle of your setting up things, and you hear the stone slab shift and the door open.
offers a quiet prayer to the altar that she set up to the various gods, Thor, Freya, Odin. Just mutters quietly to herself while she waits for someone to make their presence known. Presumably moments later, Vina comes down the stairs.
I see you say prayers to Perun. Though I believe you told me you call him Thor.
Yes, from where I am from, he is god of storms and strength, wielder of the hammer of Mjolnir.
Gods are a interesting topic of conversation today. Have you been up topside?
No, I have not left this place since I woke.
It would do you well to see what's happening at the Trevi Fountain. A body was crammed into the statuary. It evokes death and destruction. Karen the bog, and she will spit on the ground.
Interesting. Lead the way.
She'll
stand up, offer a final prayer, and follow after.
We'll say
she'll head back up.
while you're gathering stuff and while you're heading down there. Hykinthos, you arrive at the Trevi Fountain, having been wandering, and see this sort of commotion happening.
I was sure hoping I would.
Yep.
Given that this is a fountain to a god that I am familiar with, is there any chance that this offering / desecration might include references that I'm familiar with?
Go ahead and give me an intelligence and either theology or occult. Diff 6.
Diff 6. Hold on just a second. Let me peek at my resources. I'll spend a willpower on it. Oh, diff 6. Wait, I'm gonna do theology. Where's it? Where's the words? It's 2 successes.
You spent a willpower, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 successes. Looking at it, it's hard to tell. You're sort of running through your brain because you've lived a long time, and so you've had a lot of various knowledge sort of like going in and out of your brain. You know that Oceanus is the Titan. Titan, son of Uranus and Gaia. You know that Titans, typically the gods themselves, are pitted against them, or depending on how far back you go, they could be bastardizations of older gods or gods from different cultures. Thinking about sort of like rolling your way back further and further as you sort of like going further and further ancient in your knowledge, understanding, and things that you have that you have understood throughout your life. You strike on some of the symbology that's been left in blood. And you're not certain why, but for whatever reason, your brain sort of connects a few different bits here and there, and the overall symbolism. This seems like an evocation to some ancient Mesopotamian deity. You're not certain which one, because 2 successes.
But that's enough to frustrate Hyacinth even more. Is there any chance that while he is examining this, he might run into some of our other vampires?
We'll say that, Kara and Vina at this point, as you come back up, you can see the scene, and also you can see Hyacinthus standing slightly off from the crowd, looking.
Didn't come through. Isn't coming through shiny?
Kara kind of looks up and down the spread of destruction and just kind of takes in the details.
The statue itself is largely unharmed. It's just covered in blood and bodies, and a body.
Do any of these signs mean anything to Kara?
You can make a intelligence and either occult or theology roll, diff 6.
Nope.
Like, it seems
not my region, not my gods.
Seems vaguely religious. Seems vaguely what's the term? Desecratory. But
Defiling.
Yes, but nothing specific pops into your brain. It's certainly not Norse, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm unfamiliar with the gods in question being called upon here, but a desecration of a sacred place is something that is obvious to the eyes.
This place isn't particularly sacred, as you think about it, but it is meant to evoke the concept of desecrating something sacred.
Yeah.
Once Hyacinth notices the vampires he's familiar with, he will fuss his way over there.
Luciana.
Hey, Quintos.
While you're out looking for Anais, you would have heard mutterings and murmurings of something of note has happened over by the Trevi Fountain. Would you have continued to search for Anais, or would you have gone to investigate that?
She wants to find Anais first and then take her with her.
All right. Go ahead, and in that case, you and Mara both roll me a wits and perception check, diff 6.
Okay.
Anais, on your way to your place, you also would have heard this talk and rumor. Would that have redirected you, or would you have just headed straight towards your place, grabbing food on the way, presumably?
As much as I would like to say, yes, we all get together, in her mindset right now, her being in public with a bunch of people that she doesn't like is a really bad idea. And I think she's smart enough to recognize that.
Absolutely fair.
So she's going to her temple.
All right.
How do I roll wits and perception together?
Go into your dice pools, and on the wits goes in the left column, and wait, perception is also
sorry, wits and alertness.
Yeah.
Wits and alertness.
Wits and alertness.
Oh,
Okay.
alertness.
Let me
Okay.
re-roll mine then.
I keep saying perception when I mean alertness, even though perception is an attribute.
Okay.
I mean,
It's
so that's
D&D.
the funny thing. We use wits a lot. We use wits as the alertness roll a lot because that's what New World of Darkness uses. Old World of Darkness traditionally uses perception.
Perception alertness.
You're perceiving things. I don't know why New World of Darkness made it wits. It's dumb.
The reason why I'm using wits right now is because for me, wits is reactive. And so this is, do you happen to see somebody when you are not looking for that person? Perception alertness would be, I'm looking for somebody. Wits alertness is, I see somebody that I wasn't necessarily looking for.
Eh.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Because wits is reactive.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I disagree, but it makes sense.
So yeah, Luciana, because Luciana is looking for Anais, but sees Sabina walking down the street, heading towards, looking like Sabina is heading towards Luciana's place. And with one success, Sabina, you also see Anais, not in the direction you were expecting her to be in.
Okay, how close are the two people to each other?
You're like coming. You started to turn down on a side street, as Sabina was coming into the alley that you had just left. So you're like, so you're within like shouting distance of each other and waving like visual distance of each other.
And where is Anais?
You don't see Anais yet. You haven't caught up to Anais. This is just you with Sabina.
I thought you. Sorry, I thought you said I saw Anais.
You saw Sabina.
Okay. Okay.
What the names?
Whether or not there's anything you'd like to do with that.
Hi.
Hello. I'm gonna come on over.
Something going on at the Trevi Fountain.
Oh, all right.
But I need to find Anais first.
Do you want me to come with? Or go see what is happening at the Trevi Fountain?
I think we're better traveling in groups right now.
Yes, of course. I brought a bodyguard.
And yeah, you see this large, well-built, like bodybuilder sort of style person that's just sort of following Sabina around, dressed in clothes that obviously don't fit them, but not in a way that it seems like they were never meant to fit them, but more like they might be old. And with sort of not a vacant look on their face, but definitely not thinking. There's nothing between the ears right now.
Okay. Well, that'll probably help, or at least work as a shield. All right, let's find Anais.
So,
Right.
Anais,
Mm-hmm.
what are you looking for on your journey home snack, or whatever it is that you're looking for?
I'm not looking for. I'm not needing to feed right now. And well, she would not be opposed in this moment to something coming across her in an alleyway whose throat that she can rip out to get a little blood from. It's not really about the blood, it's more about the aggression. She's mostly just heading to her temple because she needs a place to center herself.
Okay. So yeah, so you get to your temple without incident in this particular case. And duck down into catacombs.
Are there any bullshit notifications from the Nosferatu this time?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Good. And yeah, no, she just walks in, sees two lights and torches up, and just start going about her rituals.
All right. Go ahead and make me a. Let's make it a. What roll do I want this to be? Make me a. Wits and awareness roll. Difficulty 6.
Okay. Wits, awareness. It says alert. It says alert in the name, but it is awareness. Oh, wait. -1.
Right, -1
Yeah.
die.
Oh my!
Ooh.
Oh my!
Ooh.
That's a botch, folks.
No,
What was-
no. It's
Oh.
diff 6,
Oh, is
correct?
it diff
Yeah,
6?
diff
Okay,
6,
not a botch.
So not a botch.
It's still a failure.
Not a botch.
Failure.
Barely not a botch.
Really close to a botch. Really
Nice.
close.
Yeah, no, you'll
get there.
You center. You try to center
I
yourself.
believe in you.
There is just, when it in a modern setting. Have you, Jeremy? Have you ever heard electricity in your light sockets?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's
that sort of crackly, staticky.
Yeah, where it's just like there's
kind of
a sound you can't quite like pin down.
It's a sound of absence of sound almost.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You're trying to center yourself, And it is so quiet right now in the catacombs and in the section of city where you're at that all you can hear is that there is no sound.
Is
And
in a flowery language, it is deafeningly quiet.
Yes. And that with the mood that you woke up in, that is just not helping.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which is
Sacrifice.
why you
I
are
definitely need a sacrifice. And I'm turning around and I'm walking out.
Which is why you are caught off guard when you hear something maneuvering through the catacombs.
Obfuscate 2. I'm heading in that direction.
Give me a perception and alertness roll.
Okay.
Diff 6. Actually, Diff 5.
Well, hey, look, I got one whole success.
One success. You're hearing as you get close, as you move towards the sound. At first, it's indistinct. It's just the sound of something moving. As you get closer, you hear these sort of deep guttural breathing that does not sound like it's coming from anything with a humanoid capacity for breath. And this sort of like not quite metallic, but not quite anything else. Material on stone sound. Like something of an unknown material make is being scraped across stone. And it's accompanied with a fairly steady rhythm sound. Something large and inhuman is maneuvering through the catacombs on foot.
Well, I have to find out what this is. Especially if it's killable and thus capable of being a sacrifice.
It's not anywhere near your particular section. You're getting the sense that it's probably in one of the sections that's closed off from your church.
I have a fix for that now, unless there's no way there at all.
It's mostly rubble and dirt. What's your fix?
I can spend a blood point and fit through anything I can fit my head through.
So there's no space large enough for your head to fit through.
Okay.
In the rubble.
Well, fine.
Yeah. Actually, what's the ability?
Serpent's Flesh. It is page 252. It specifically reads, you spend a blood point, it happens reflexively. There's no action required, no timed activation. Soak difficulties go to 5. You can use stamina to soak aggravated damage not caused by fire or sunlight, and you can slip through any opening wide enough to fit your head. And you can reflexively just escape any grapple.
Okay.
If not, that's totally fine.
Yeah, no, it's not quite.
That'll just annoy her more. So perfect.
Yeah, like there's definitely a space. There's definitely like a water channel that you could theoretically get through, but it's not wide enough for your head to fit through. If it was any body part, then that would be different. But yeah.
Cool.
Banner.
There are holes large enough for your arm, but not your head.
Yeah. So you go out, you leave, and head back to the nearest entrance to the other section, the channels that you can get to, and head down. And this section is slightly more flooded than yours is. There's water down here. It must connect. Some part of it somewhere must connect to the river.
Okay.
And you're still obfuscated.
Is there a way underground? That's actually a good question. Is there a way underground that I would know of that could get me to where
the Trevi Fountain is?
Yes.
Not from where you're at. No, not from this section.
Okay.
You haven't explored underneath the cherry fountain enough to know where it would connect to, if it connects to anything that you're familiar with. You know, like
And that's gonna take that would take me
yeah.
days to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep going back
Okay,
to
that's fine.
try to get closer to where you heard the sound that you heard. Obfuscating just makes them not see you, right? It doesn't make them not smell you.
It makes them not perceive you unless you do something that would give yourself away, which
it
varies
doesn't
by
actually
circumstance.
make you invisible per se.
Yeah.
It tells individuals do not perceive this person.
Yeah.
Perception filter.
I think
Yeah,
that would
it's a
work.
perception.
It protects
filter.
them from being unseen presence. Specifically says it protects her from being seen or heard in casual progress. It doesn't say anything specifically about smell, but
That's kind of along
kind
the
of
same
the
lines.
same. Yeah.
The primary weakness being that depending on the situation, it is more or less easy to give yourself away. In like the deafening silence of these catacombs, just walking might be enough to give yourself away.
Okay.
Although you could make an argument that the target being someone with ridiculous smell would make it easier to give yourself away as well.
Yeah, theoretically. But like on a busy street where there's a whole bunch of noise going around,
Okay.
you would have to bump into someone to give yourself away at that point.
Go ahead and give me wits and stealth diff 5
Okay.
as you are trying to approach still unseen.
Yeah, not a botch.
Again, not a botch.
But it is a failure.
It is a failure.
Um,
I would like to point out that 1, 2, 3. I've rolled 4 dice 4 times, and of those for this session, and of those 4 times, I've rolled 2 of them have been ones. 3 of those times.
the ones are coming for you.
Someone is meant to be in a good mood today.
By the time you can
It's not you.
By the time you can hear the movement again, you're so focused on following that sound that you're not quite as careful about watching where you're putting your feet. And at one point, you misjudge where you're placing your foot, and rather than walking along the edge of the flooded walkway that you're navigating around, you put your foot just directly into the water, and there is a soft, quiet splash. And as soon as that splash is heard by you, you stop hearing the breathing sound and the movement.
It's not the most ideal thing to do in this moment, and she doesn't have to do it, but I think she's doing it anyways. When there's a stopping of breathing on the other side, there is an audible.
It's just a sigh.
Yep.
Make a perception and alertness roll. Difficulty
Okay.
6. So you sigh,
1.
and you look, and you're not. There's not enough light for you to see very much down here. But for some reason, a bit further away, you see 2 eyes looking at your direction. They are unable to tell how far away it is because that's all you can see. You're seeing them, they're reflecting what little ambient light there is being captured and reflected in these 2 like just sort of whited out pupils of eyes that are staring at you. But they are each individually roughly the size of like a tea saucer. Just the bits of the eyes that you can see.
Oh, you're not supposed to be here.
And they are further apart then you would expect anything your size or smaller to have their eyes set. And
Does it look pretty clear that they have noticed
it
me?
is staring directly at you.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's fair. So I could try and run and they could chase, or you could not chase, whatever the case may be. But before we get to that point, Aisha, do you have a name or is it just heavy breathing?
There is a reverberating...
I like to know the name of my murderer.
There's a reverberating growl that causes the water that your foot is in to begin to vibrate. There is the sound of that, whatever it was, sliding its stone, sliding once, and the eyes begin to approach you at speed.
That's not very nice. We are running now. We are running. We are running.
Go ahead and give me a stamina athletics, difficulty 7.
Great.
Would you like to spend a willpower
I
on
am
this?
throwing. I am spending a. Mama gonna have to feed soon because I am throwing 4 blood points
Fair.
into 1, 2, 3, 4. I am throwing 4 blood points into stamina.
Sounds good.
To get my stamina to 6. Because I don't have athletics. So I'll put it in here just for fun. Athletics. Boosted this by 4. Nope. That was the wrong thing. There's the boost. You said 6?
Yes. Oh, sorry. 7.
7.
7.
Div 7.
7. Okay. And willpower is being spent.
So 1 auto success.
So that is 5 successes.
You, as soon as those eyes start moving, run. Take off immediately.
Yes.
No, all sense of decorum and stealth gone to the wind. And you hear whatever it is moving quickly behind you. It is clear. It is closing the distance far quicker than you are escaping. But you manage to get out of the catacombs, slam shut the metal gate behind you, and shoot up the stairs and out into open air where you see Luciana and Sabina not immediately close by, but on their way towards your crypt in the distance, walking fairly casually at the moment.
I am stopping ever so briefly, so I'm still within somewhat sight of that door. And when it tries to get through the door, is it just punching its way through or what?
You hear the sound of metal being ripped apart as a massive, long, like, scaly bit of jaws and snout punches through the door, bites down on it, and pulls the entirety of it back with it. It's
We found a giant gator in the catacombs.
Some sort of large
has
reptilian
implications for the Setite. Yep, and we are running, and we are moving, we are
Sabina
moving.
Luciana, you
we are
Anais running very quickly.
We are doing full Sorkin at this point.
Do we see what just happened to the door?
No, but you heard
No.
something crash behind her.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready. I just not even stopping. I am reaching out. There is and I will throw some points, some more blood into strength so I can do this. It is an unceremonious picking up to over shoulder thing of Luciana.
All right, strength athletics difficulty. What, Luciana? What is your total number of
only
dots
put
in
3 blood
your
into
like
this.
strength, dexterity, and stamina.
Strength, dexterity, and stamina.
Yeah.
It is 7.
So -3 for the 3 that you get automatically. So it'll be strength, athletics, difficulty 4.
Is this to resist?
This is
Anais?
this is Anais' check to
Just to
pick
be able to carry.
be able to pick
Gotcha.
Luciana up. Jesus,
Yoink!
yeah, are you resisting it all as Anais seems to just like scoop you up and keep running?
Okay, I'm gonna say she's not resisting at first because she's surprised at this point.
Sabina, you're on your own. I'm sorry.
Sabina, are you
She's
running
got a
as well?
bodyguard. She's good.
Yes. That's something's dangerous.
Go and give me a perception check. A perception alertness check. Difficulty.
Okay.
I don't have to
5.
outrun Sobek. I just have to outrun the Shamasei.
Alertness.
Yeah, I mean, if Sobek wants blood, I don't think one Shamasei is going to be enough.
No, but it'll slow him down for a turn while I keep going, and eventually we're gonna find
D6.
Kine, and he will satisfy himself on
Damn.
the blood of hundreds.
It's a terrible roll.
Yeah, no, you have no idea what she's running from, but presumably you should run too.
Yeah, I heard a noise and people look scared, and I don't want to be there when things are when the danger that is there shows up.
Luciana, since you are presumably facing the direction that you're being carried away from, go ahead and you can give me also a perception and alertness difficulty 6.
Okay.
As Sabina and Ghoul tear off behind Anais.
Zero successes.
You do not see whatever it is that Anais is running from, as you are all very hurriedly rushed away from the catacombs area of the city.
All right.
When do you stop running, Jeremy?
After the first large group of people we run past, like a good 50 feet after them.
Okay, yeah. You run.
Someone who will slow it down.
You run past a group of people that are just hanging around, drinking, discussing philosophy, who seem very surprised at the group of women running past them, and the one large
and the
bodybuilder.
one lumbering big guy.
But they don't stop drinking, so they don't seem to care too much. And duck into
their funeral.
Duck into an alleyway, set Luciana down, breathing heavily.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, right.
That would require us to
vampire.
breathe.
That's fair, vampire. You're already feeling the exertion, though, at the very least.
So what's
there may or may not be an Egyptian crocodile god in the sewers.
Okay. That's okay.
You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now meet Sobek in the sewers.
Nothing will scare your children into the
I'm trying to figure out how to make that rhyme.
It's the worst. It's the worst holiday tradition ever because it doesn't rhyme. That's the problem. See, intentionally doesn't.
That's because you're not supposed to enjoy it.
Sobek and you're wrecked.
Are you
So
okay?
I thought it was best that we get out of there and put potential food in between us and them.
Are you okay? Did it get
I'm
you?
fine.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine.
Okay.
Oh, look, he looks up at Sabina. Oh, good, you're here too. Who is
Yes,
that?
a ghoul. It's under my control.
How much do you need him?
It takes quite a lot of effort to make them. I have made modifications to this one, so it's expensive to replace.
What if I give you a minor boon?
Sure. Let her do what she wants to you.
I'm draining this fucking thing to death. I just spent a good portion of my blood pool.
Interesting. What happens when you drain the ghoul of someone else who has freshly had their blood in them?
You cannot blood bond somebody that way.
Okay.
The blood.
Too many steps removed.
Yeah.
It's been.
Believe me, people have tried to maneuver that. And
I'm sure a Tremere would figure out how to do it. It's just they have to do
there's probably some ritual
thing, yeah.
or something like that. But if it was that easy, then people would just the Sabbat would just be ghouling people in mass and sending them into cameraless cities. Like,
and then we open up the can of worms of if you're blood bonded to your sire, are you also blood bonded to their sire?
Vampiric mental domination becoming a communicable disease.
There are a number of movies and TV shows about that.
It's just a multi-level marketing campaign. That's all the Vampire Society is.
I mean, yes, it's an MLM with lots of polycules spread throughout it. But yeah, you'll get
Polycule MLMs, the premiere story.
I feel like Polycule and MLMs is the venture story, really.
No, it's the MLM specific part that, because let's be honest, MLMs are a cult.
Yes.
Anyways,
you get how much blood are you down?
How much blood does he have? Because I'm assuming it's not more than 10, and I am down more than 10.
He has 10 points of blood. Yeah.
Then he has 0 points of blood.
All right. Yeah.
And it is not a pretty gentle, like I paralyzed and gentle. No, it is just pounce on, hold down, just nothing remotely gentle about it.
Eventually, he collapses on the ground in this not quite an alleyway that you're in.
Yep. Thank you. I feel better. Ish.
When did the demon that showed up, was it looking for you? Did it seek you out? Or
it was
did something get disturbed? Or
I don't think something got disturbed. I think that I don't know if it was there for me. It was just there, and then it heard me.
I just noticed the background change.
Me. Yes. And then it chased me. And I ran. And it is definitely something crocodile-ish. And the only thing I know of that big and that bipedal that is crocodile-ish is Sobek, or perhaps one of Sobek's servants.
So what do you want to do about it?
That is a very good question. We should inform... Yeah, this is probably to our benefit to inform the Nosferatu if they don't already know. Odds are they already know.
Well, it doesn't hurt to give them information.
Usually no.
There might be a chance they don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. If there is a chance they don't know and we do, they can find that valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should definitely go check with them.
Well, in the meantime,
Were you down here looking for me?
Yes.
Oh. Found me.
I did. Yeah, I ran into Sabina when I was looking for you. There's
Very useful. Thank you.
There's something going on at the Trevi Fountain.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, I did seem to notice something in that. I'd heard something on my way to the underground.
Yeah, I wanted to grab you first, so.
Oh. Well, you have me. Let's go.
All right.
So are you going to the Trevi Fountain, or are you going to find Nosferatu? What are you doing first?
So Luciana was gonna go to Trevi Fountain first, then Nosferatu.
That works.
Unless Anais has any objections to that.
No.
Okay.
You do know
That was sort
there's...
of where her mindset is, because in the back of her mind, the longer the Nosferatu don't know, the more likely it is that Somek might sate themselves on some Nosferatu and then not eat anybody else who comes down, who might be kind of snaky later.
You do recall that the Nosferatu that you met previously was near the Trevi Fountain.
Yes.
It would be convenient.
Yep.
All right. So meanwhile, back at the fountain, Kara and Hyacinthus and Vina.
Yeah. So as Hyacinthus walks over, Kara looks up. Hyacinthus.
Good evening.
To you as well. There seems to have been a spectacle over the day.
Indeed. I'd be interested to hear what you make of it.
I am unfamiliar with the gods at hand, but some form of ritual desecration. I mean, sort of a desecration. This place isn't really that sacred, but
It is invoking the sense of desecration and death.
I don't think Hyacinth has put any effort into figuring out how long these people have been vampires. He just assumes everybody's younger than him. Is there some kind of a role he could make to maybe if he used his auspex or something?
No, not to determine age. Not
Okay.
as far as unless there's something
Fair.
specific that makes no sense that I'm not aware of. But
There's the only thing that really works for that is there's a Tremere. This doesn't even determine age, but there's a Tremere path of blood power that allows you to determine generation,
yeah,
and then you can kind of maybe correlate that.
if generation
But
and age
no,
correlate,
not
which
in.
doesn't. But
It doesn't, but it gives you like you're not. If somebody is 12th generation, you're going to guess that they are not thousands of years old.
yeah,
Probably.
It's an old god.
How old are we talking?
Older than I am.
My life
There
has
are not a lot of vampires wandering around that old.
my own life has only lasted a couple centuries.
Oh, that's why you don't know. And he looks you up and down. He had guessed that you were older than that.
what's the current year?
1492.
1492.
I am a century over a half millennium, but I've also, to be fair, my wanderings have not taken me anywhere of particular importance.
I'm mostly stuck to home, or the areas near home, and made my status as a local witch woman.
Of particular importance to this particular religion, I should specify.
There aren't places of particular importance to this particular religion anymore.
Ancient enough to be dead, then.
Or different.
Which makes one wonder why it is being paraded out here in the open.
It's because someone is bold.
Someone is sending a message.
A message
I
that
suspect
only
it's someone who likes to send lots of messages.
someone who expects that only the recipient will be old enough and or learned enough to recognize the message.
Hyacinth is just gonna
So
full on
Hyacinthos,
huff.
who is trying to, since you recognize his
He
god.
he thought about attempting to pretend he didn't know anything about it, but he's just too frustrated by the situation.
I mean, you know someone who would
I
know.
don't have any idea. Would Hyacinth have any idea how to go about tracking down his school?
I don't know. Hang on. Let me look. I mean, other than the normal way, I'm not sure if there's a unless you're a Tremere or another person that uses magic. I'm not sure if there's a specific way to track down your own ghoul.
Not really.
Yeah. The same way you would track down anyone else.
Yep. They're good servants, but they are vulnerable servants.
And sometimes what they're doing takes time.
Yep.
My ghoul was where he was supposed to be when he was supposed to be there, but he's not. So the next best thing I can think is to visit Elysium again.
You seem frustrated.
Is there something on your mind that you
He
wish
just-
to share?
He just waves his hand at the fountain behind him.
This seems older, considering you just got here.
Oh no, I didn't do it.
No, I mean,
Your
this
mood.
frustration seems older than just having gotten here.
The frustration is approximately that old.
And elder even to you. Interesting.
I mean, you can think of one elder that someone that's older than you that's here. I guess does.
Yeah, that's exactly who he's thinking of, and that's why he's so frustrated.
Yeah. Just because you brought it up, you can feel free to make me a wits and enigmas roll.
Is this elder someone I should be made aware of?
Difficulty 6.
Who? Me?
Who, what?
Everyone.
Who
Yeah,
roll?
all three of you.
I don't have enigmas.
Then not you.
I don't have enigmas either, but
Then not you.
Perception. What
Wits,
enigmas?
wits and
Wits.
enigmas.
My bad. Sorry.
Normally, I would allow. Normally, I do quite often allow knowledge rolls without when you have it, but in this particular case, no, because it's a
No,
specific
that's
thing.
fine.
Difficulty 6.
Yes.
3 successes.
Because, you're thinking about what's been said. You don't necessarily have to be old to know about these things. You just have to be knowledgeable in that particular field. Vina, you're pretty confident that if he doesn't know who this is about, Mercurius might know who you could ask.
I have contacts in the city that I could use that would perhaps be best to ask for further information.
Kentos, is this elder someone I should be made aware of? Someone I should watch out for?
He looks at you rather blankly. He's not your type.
I didn't imagine, but such powerful beings are worth noting.
It'll help.
Not necessarily powerful, learned and knowledgeable.
Oh no, I was referring to the elder being that Hyakinto seems so frustrated with.
Ah, I was simply referring to whoever did this.
Yes, this person.
I would
is
be
either
interested
very
in
old or
meeting
very
your
young.
learned friend.
Is your learned
And
friend someone who will be willing to meet with an individual who is not of the Volva?
perhaps not, but
Not of the what?
Volva.
Volva.
It is a word for the witches and magic users of the
Also-
of my region.
Also,
It's
the
als-
the outside part of the vagina.
That's what I was gonna say.
Different letters. That's an O, not a U.
I assume Hyacinth is aware of, has heard this phrase before, this word.
Yeah.
He looks impressed. Vaguely.
He might listen and talk to us. What I will say is that he will talk to me and will be at Elysium tonight. At
Very
least
good
for
way,
a
yeah.
small portion of the night.
Perhaps that will make the environments of Elysium marginally more interesting for an evening.
I would say Elysium is not boring, just simply not stocked with the same cavalcade you are used to.
There was not much chatter about it last night, but there also wasn't a display.
Indeed. And the meetings of kindred that I am used to from home are raucous affairs, full of feasting, fighting, conversation, exclamations. It is more subdued.
Oh, I miss a
here than
good party.
It is more subdued than I am used to here.
Everyone's too busy being polite.
Vina will spit on the ground.
And while the fountains are quite something, there's not nearly enough entertainment.
I believe a trip to Elysium would be on the menu then. If you would indulge us. I can toss.
Then let us make our way.
All right. Everyone, give me perception alertness before we go to break, just to see if you spot each other or pass like two ships in the night.
Dice decided I see nothing.
Is it diff 6?
Yeah, diff 6.
4.
I see nothing.
2.
1.
All right. So yes, when we come back, we will deal with the results of these rolls, where most of you have seen the other party as you pass one group heading to the Cherry Fountain and one group heading away. But remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A Macaulay
A
story.
dinosaur story.
Relevant to recent events. Maybe.
So several of you see each other. Kara and Luciana don't, but the other rest of the groups do see each individual discrete group of vampires, spelled with EER because you're peers, walking opposite directions.
Hyacinth will wave flirtatiously at Sabina.
Kara looks up when Hyacinth waves, huh? Oh,
My eyes lock onto Hyacinth for a moment, and then to the rest.
Oh,
You get a look of intrigue.
Oh, good. We encountered everybody.
Oh, good. We encountered everyone.
seems.
Now, which of you crosses the street?
Does crossing the street get me further away from where the crocodile is?
Theoretically, you'd have to know where the crocodile was to know that.
I mean, is where we last knew the crocodile to be.
Yes.
I'm crossing the street. There are not enough people in between me and where the crocodile might be.
But what if you're heading towards them?
Hyacinth will do a tiny bow to the approaching vampires and say, "Good evening, ladies. Where are you
Good
off to
evening.
tonight?"
That depends. Where are you off to?
At the
We
moment,
thought we'd spend some time at Elysium.
That's a good idea. Wait, which way is Elysium from here?
The way that they were going, which is a different direction from the way that you were going to get to Trevi Fountain.
to the Vatican.
Right.
Luciana will look at and ask, would you prefer to go there?
Yes,
Okay.
that would be preferable.
We heard there was something going on at the Trevi Fountain.
Yes.
Bunch of
Kara
muck,
just waves because we're
very
still
gory.
technically we're still technically in the Fountain Square, I believe, at this
No,
point.
no, you're a little bit further away from the fountain. You'd have to
Yeah.
backtrack.
A body was crammed in between the arm and the rib cage of Oceanus, I believe. Whatever the
Hyacinth will not.
sea.
Someone was leaving a message using a reference to a very ancient religion, presumably so that only the person meant to receive it would understand the message.
Which one?
She looks over to Hyacinthos.
What type of
Which message?
Which
One in the
Which
fountain.
god?
which god?
Which religion?
Oh, it was Oceanus, right?
No,
No,
no.
which religion was the message from?
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know specific. You're just you're assuming Mesopotamians, like Middle Eastern area.
Hyacinth was reluctant to give out many details anyway, so he'll just shrug.
Old,
Old, apparently.
ancient.
Did they look eaten at all?
It was very bloody. That's not how I leave my snacks.
So it was a human body.
Yes. And an obvious message.
How far away from here are the fountain right now?
About like a block.
I'll catch up with you all.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the fountain.
Okay, I'll come with.
No, you should be with more people.
Hyacinth will reach out to put a hand on your shoulder. Oh, she knows the way. Come
Kara,
walk with us.
Kara, Hyacinthos, and Vina, make me a wits and empathy. What is your deception? How many dots in deception do you have, Anais?
I feel like a lot, but let me check. 3. My manipulation subterfuge combined is 7.
Diff 7.
Then-
So
That changes nothing for Hyacinthos.
Okay.
So yeah,
Sweet.
all three of you can tell that something has. Anais is not normal. As far as you have known, Anais has never been shaken. Something has happened that has spooked Anais.
Are you all right, Elias?
Fine.
I knew you wouldn't answer me honestly, but I thought you would do a better job of lying than that.
Coming with you, Anais.
What's my Am I going to do a stupid? Our remains now is not the time to test me.
Uh,
Fair
Lady Borsha, uh, it would be better for you not to be walking around with their safety in numbers.
Luciana, dear, go with people.
I would like.
I can move unseen.
I have slipped
I
my
will be
arm
there very shortly.
all the way around her shoulders. Anais is very capable, darling.
Specify who her is in that context.
Luciana.
I will be fine. I will probably be caught up to you by the time you're 3 blocks away from here. Unless I get eaten. And I'm heading off.
Yeah, once Anais walks away, Carl will just look at the other two that were with her. Did she say what has her so terrified?
That's for her to say.
I mean, if she did earlier, then she would have.
Do you want me to go with her?
No, she's
3
right.
blocks, she said. We can answer all our questions in 3 blocks.
She can move faster on her own. She's fine.
Yeah,
see
I'm
this.
just gonna once I get out of sight of everybody, I'm going to obfuscate it, and I want to go. I'm not gonna try and get super into it. I just want to see the scene and what they saw.
Okay. Go ahead. So you can get there. You can get to it. Go ahead and give me a intelligence and occult, or intelligence and theology difficulty 7.
Theology it is. I mean, it's the same either, but I will choose theology. Can I spend a willpower on this?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Two.
One success. Or two successes. So you recognize that it is Mesopotamian.
Okay.
You recognize the symbolism that's being put here. You're pretty certain this isn't. If this was somebody leaving a message for a Setite, or someone leaving a message from Sobek, it wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
The way it was all put together, like you could definitely
But I'm
see how
not sure what god it is or anything.
With 2 successes, you are definitely confident that it is that old. You're not confident who it is, though. You
Fair
have to do
enough.
some research. You could possibly research it and find out, but
Cool. That's all I needed to know, and then I'm gonna head back.
okay. Did anyone want to stop by the Nosferatu while you're here?
Are they on the way?
They're back towards the trophy fountain.
I didn't know there was a reason to stop for the Nosferatu, so
Yep, that's
I was
fair.
not going to suggest it.
That was
Luciana's
Anais'
gonna-
thing.
Yeah, Luciana's going to let Anais do that.
So yeah, and nice if you run right back to them.
Sorry, my character is in a bad mood.
Yeah, you catch back up to them fairly quickly. You were
Alright.
able to eliminate your suspicions pretty quickly, and
Yep.
they honestly haven't even gotten full 3 blocks before you catch back up to them.
Okay. And I just appear with my arm slipping around the other arm of Luciana.
Isis will step
oh,
back when you return.
Okay.
We're fine. It's not what they're either not related or I am wrong about my initial assumptions.
Okay.
I tend to think the former rather than the latter, but we'll see.
I am curious what has you so startled.
I'm not being vague to be. I'm not being circumspect in order to be annoying. All I will say is it is lineage business, and I need to speak with my sire first before providing too much information. There is a monster in the underground, and not a normal us monster.
I understand the perspective. I am curious now.
So-
If I liked you less, I would welcome you to go investigate at your leisure.
I'm surprised you like me at all.
Are you kidding? You are constant amusement.
So all aboard to the Elysium.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Hang on, let me just. I cannot. My mod tools aren't working for me right now. Can you get that, Jeremy?
Yes. I assume I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes. Got it.
So
Or not, because I don't have that option either. Oh wait, there it is. There it is.
you head to Elysium rapidly, with great haste.
Yep.
Taking care not to appear as a bunch of spooked vampires. You're just a bunch of citizens strolling, casual
Perfectly
strolls.
normal people.
Casual strolls.
No one's worried about anything here.
So two spooked vampires and their less spooked companions.
And you make it to Elysium. It is a bustling night. There's conversation about some sort of spectacle that occurred in a fountain happening all over the room. The harpy is up on the podium as she was last night, as is the keeper of Elysium, and Vina would now recognize the third individual as Mercurius. And yeah, everybody is talking about some sort of display that occurred, wondering if anybody knows what it is or why it was or what this thing is and this, that, and the other. There seems to be a particular topic that is on everyone's mind. And Anais,
Mm-hmm.
you know that you're allowed to just walk right up to your sire because you are her handmaid. And
Yes.
presumably she called for you.
Yes. Everybody have fun. I'm going to go check in with somebody and I will be right back.
Kara's gonna go see if she can get more blood because it's a new day, new night.
From the blood fountains?
Yes.
Yes, you
Never
can get
mind.
2 more points of blood.
Replenish my blood pool.
She will do that.
I'm almost full, so I'm fine.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Ison's gonna schmooze. If you want to do Anais first, but that's what he's doing while.
Is Galen here?
Perception and alertness. Difficulty 6.
And
I would
will-
also like to make that roll.
Perception alertness.
I
Difficulty
just
6.
assumed you would have told us if he was here.
Perception alertness. Difficulty 6.
It's funny that should be mentioned because when it gets to me, I have something I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Galen.
No,
6.
Wow.
I love that Hyacinthos and Sabina are on point on this.
Hyacinthos, you are looking around for any sign of that stupidly handsome man. And you,
Or any of the people he keeps near him, or
yeah, you don't see him. He does not seem to be here right now.
good.
Sabina, you are looking around for that ravishing gentleman that you met last night.
Yes.
He does not seem to be here, much to your
Damn it.
disappointment.
Shit.
Luciana, you are looking around for Galen, the person, the love of your life, the man whom you wish to marry. He does not seem to be here tonight.
to die so hard.
Anais, you head to.
Yes. So I am heading through the crowd. I'm assuming it is a fairly crowded.
Yes.
I am moving through the crowd. I am circling, and I'm going to wherever Hyacinthos ends up mingling. I am trying to maneuver in that direction.
Okay. Go ahead
first.
and give me dexterity and etiquette.
Okay.
Difficulty. Difficulty. Well, hang on. Before you do that, Hyacinthos, go. You're looking for someone right now, so go ahead and give me a
No,
perception.
I'm schmoozing.
Well, yeah, but you just done a roll to look for Galen while you're smoozing. So
I looked around the.
yeah.
Okay.
So
What am I giving you a roll for?
this is to see how aware you are of, because you're schmoozing. Let's see how aware you are of an approaching individual. So go ahead and give me a perception and awareness difficulty 5.
Oh, no idea.
All right. So then it's going to be dexterity and etiquette difficulty 3. NIS.
Difficulty 3. All right. Two.
All right. So yeah, you manage to disappear into the crowd of people and, like a shark through water, maneuver your way around.
Yep.
To where Hyacinthos
And
is.
I just come up right next to you. Arm goes around your shoulders. Can I have just a moment before I go talk to the harpy?
Oh.
And I'm already maneuvering.
Hyacinth doesn't miss a beat, and arm around your shoulder as well, and walks with you.
All right. Getting off to somewhere that is just away from people so it can be private conversation.
Yeah, over to one of the alcoves underneath a depiction of some sort of vampirically retold biblical story.
Hey, Kintos dear, I need you to tell me everything that you are good with telling me about this Galen person.
Well, everything is a lot. I need to know something about what you want, why you want it, and why I should give it to you.
First of all, I want to know who he is. Why I want to know? Because it's important to what I'm trying to accomplish. And why you should give it to me? That depends on you.
Fourthly, I would like to know why you think I would know anything.
I have it on good authority from individuals that you do.
You're being very cagey with me for someone who wants information.
I am not at liberty to say who provided me with this information. I'm sure you can understand that.
Oh, absolutely. I am only at liberty to provide as much information as benefits me, so I'm sure we will have a lovely exchange another night. And he starts to head out. He's not, he hasn't said no to you. He's saying if you're not willing to bargain, he's not willing to spill.
Hey, Kentos, I've already said it depends on what you want. What do you want? Understanding that the information of where I learned this information is off the table. Must be.
I want to know more about what you plan to do with this information. And I want to know what you know yourself.
Legitimately, the only things that I know about this person, that they're an individual who has come here, has some connection to you, and I've made some assumptions based on information based on encounter last night, has, shall we say, preternatural powers of persuasion, charisma.
Tell me about this encounter.
All I know is that this person has gotten their claws into two of our coterie mates.
Oh my.
Now
That's
you
rude.
understand my interest.
I assume one of them is Luciana.
My job is to make sure that we are all able to accomplish what we are trying to accomplish safely. This is an X factor that I do not know and I am not happy about.
The other one
Because-
wouldn't be Kara,
No.
because I've spoken with her. And I would be surprised if it was Vina, which leaves Sabina. Am I right?
Correct. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if I knew that part.
Oh.
You
Somebody clarify whether
Luciana
because did Luciana
never
say anything
mentioned
about
Sabina.
Sabina? Never mind
Well,
then.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Never
he
mind then.
still automatically
Apologies.
guesses Luciana.
Yes. Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
congratulations. Haikentos has brain cells. It's hard to figure that one
Yeah,
out.
I mean, yeah.
You know, the person you're worried about is Luciana.
Correct. To be fair, I would be worried if somebody got their claws that way into anybody in this coterie, because again,
Well, of course
my
you
job
would.
is to
Of
make sure
course you would, darling. I believe you 100%.
I'm not going to say I'm not a bit more aggravated regarding who it is. But that's why I need to know.
He considers the information that you've shared and says, I have nothing to share with you right now. But rest assured, I am equally concerned about Luciana.
That means I have cause to be concerned.
And I have more information coming my way. Allegedly. He sounds pissed off. This is he's had his mask up the whole time, but he is pissed off that he doesn't have this information yet.
Fair enough. If there's anything I can do to help,
I will come to you.
let me know. I would appreciate if this information stayed between us, because this is a potential vulnerability to Luciana. I had to debate heavily even, but I literally didn't know who else to ask about.
I make no promises.
I'd prefer if you did, but I can't make you, so fair enough.
He just smiles.
And now I have to go actually talk to my sire. I'll be back. I can get to somebody else because I don't want to monopolize all the time.
Is anyone else doing anything at the moment that they want to or anything they want to do while they're here in Elysium?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because everyone is talking about what happened earlier, Kara is going to try and find a nice location to sit. And she would like to use Aspect of the Beast for Ears of the Fox to reduce the difficulty of perception rolls involving hearing by 2, and see if she can pick up any actually useful information that's being bandied about from the conversations going around.
All right. So then, yeah, perception alertness.
First, let me roll for Aspect of the Beast.
Yeah.
Can I also roll to overhear things?
Yes.
I succeeded Aspect of the Beast. Good.
You're actually are you trying to overhear or are you trying to steer conversations, Hyacinthus?
Both.
Okay. Go ahead for Hyacinthus. Then we're going to have it be manipulation and either manipulation and etiquette or manipulation and alertness. Difficulty 6. And then for Kara, it'll be so. What does Aspect of the Beast give you again?
It gives me a variety of different effects based on what animal I'm choosing. In this case, I'm going for Ears of the Fox to reduce difficulty of perception checks by 2.
Okay. So then it'll be perception, alertness,
Specifically for hearing.
Yeah, difficulty 4.
And we'll put a willpower into this if I can.
Yes, willpower can be spent here.
2 successes.
Okay. So you're eavesdropping. You're conversing. Vina, Luciana, Sabina.
Vina is also listening, but her main priority is to get to Mercurius to see what he thinks of everything.
Give me a presence and either occult or enigmas. Difficulty 5.
You said presence and enigmas?
Either enigmas or occult, yes.
Presence isn't one of the...
Charisma?
Sorry, charisma.
Okay.
Getting all my words wrong. Presence is changeling, isn't it?
Presence is New World of Darkness.
New World, yeah. All right, these guys there. Luciana?
Luciana is socializing with people and just trying to find out more information about the Trevi Fountain incident. Yeah.
So then manipulation etiquette, difficulty 6. And Sabina?
Okay.
I'm going to quick grab Luciana's ear. Once I notice that Galen is not here, and I'm going to say, do you mind if I'm just going to circle around outside. I won't go further than shouting distance from the entrance to Elysium, but looking for Galen.
Just stares at her for like a full minute before she says anything.
It does not occur. For clarification, as far as emotional manipulation has occurred, of course she wants to go talk to Galen. Galen is awesome. Like everyone should want to go talk to Galen.
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
Sure, whatever you want.
Thanks. And she's going to head outside.
Galen's emotional manipulations include limiting jealousy, unless it's interesting to him. Which it might be later on, who knows?
Mhm.
Also, if she goes outside, she gets et by a mokale. That's one less
It's
person.
obviously,
I think I'll hear the screams before that
obviously,
point.
yeah, just silently tearing through Rome. Just, there's just a land shark roaming.
We don't
through.
know how we don't know how sneaky this giant monster is.
Or more accurately, how fast? Because if he bites someone's face off before they get a chance to scream, you're not going to hear any screams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not
No-
from that person.
Yeah.
No one in this
You also have to get all the witnesses.
no one in this heavily populated city will witness the massive human man crocodile
if-
roaming through the
or
streets.
the
Hey.
aftermath thereof.
If a monster that is that terrifying to Ananias gets this close to Elysium, we have bigger problems.
You step outside and the sheriff is there, but his head is gone and there's just blood everywhere.
Mhm.
See,
I was gonna say, do Mokale have rage? I don't know.
I'm sure they
yeah,
do.
Yeah, Macaulay have rage. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I think it's just Ananasi and Nuisha. that don't.
Nuisha.
And when I'm outside, I want to listen in to people on the street. I'm listening into what
Okay.
humans are talking about this thing,
Perception alertness difficulty.
as well as looking for Galen.
Perception alertness difficulty 4 for looking for Galen, but 7 for
Okay.
listening because you're looking for Galen.
All right, this one is for Galen, and then so that's 3, and then what was it for
7 for
listening?
listening.
7. Okay. All right. 4.
So, starting from the top down, since you're the highest person in the coterie right now,
Yep.
physically speaking, Sabina, you don't find Galen outside, so you can tell. Maybe he's around the corner. You don't know. Go look. But as far as conversation, you're in Vatican City now, so the conversation there's less open conversation about the fact that there was this terribly sad event that occurred, but there is conversation about a terribly sad event that occurred. It's all couched in very polite and soft etiquette language. No one is saying murder. There was an incident in town near the gates, one of the fountains. The military have it under control, obviously. Nothing. It's all very, very. This is beneath us, but we're going to gossip anyways. Sort of conversation
Okay.
happening. No mention of a rampaging crocodilian beast, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
And nothing.
This means he's
I-
eating all the police.
Yeah. I would
Not
like
all
to
bad.
listen if I don't
A
know.
cab. All crocodiles ate bastards.
I knew I liked crocodiles.
Anyways,
I want to try and go lower as far as like social strata of people I'm listening in on. I want to
that
like
will take you
if
further away from Elysium.
okay.
You have to go. You have to cross back out of the Vatican City. And
Mm,
while you're thinking about that,
yeah.
Luciana with a 3. Sorry, Luciana with a 3. Vina's doing something else. Kara with a 2, and Hyacinthos with 3. Okay, so Kara with 2. Yeah, you're hearing conversation. There's not. The people in Elysium don't seem to know much, but there's a lot of speculation about whether or not this is an attack from another city. Somebody trying to disrupt the plans of the Borgias, or just a completely unrelated incident. There is curiosity about how the Nosferatu didn't issue any warnings before this happened. Curious what's going on with the Nosferatu. There doesn't be any at Elysium at the moment, or at least none that are openly talking and
Before the
discussing.
Trevi Fountain.
Yes, yeah. So there's some curiosity about what's going on with the Nosferatu, why they didn't deal with this beforehand. Typically,
Because
they
they've
would
all been eaten.
clean it up.
They've all been eaten.
It's like, 'cause they all got ate by a giant crocodile in the sewers.
The Hyacinthos and Hyacinthos and Luciana, similar things. You do hear though that it seems like there's only one group of Nosferatu that people haven't seemed to have heard anything from at all today. And there's some curiosity about it. It is oh god, what was his name?
The one we met.
The one you met, yeah. Whose name?
Blandis.
Started with
Blandis,
a B.
Blandis,
I
yes.
guess.
Blandis.
Yeah. So it seems like Blandis's like sort of listening post is the only one that no one has heard anything from since evening broke. Little bit of concern about that. Some people are talking about organizing a search party to go check them out. A security detail to go check them out or something. Lots of talk about planning things, not a lot of talk about doing things though. And also not a lot of information
One
about
of those conversations.
yeah, and not a lot, someone should do something, that kind of thing. Vampires are generally speaking self-interested, so
Somebody should do something. I
And it
certainly
is
hope
in
the
their
leadership
interest.
doesn't.
right?
It is in their interest to know what's going on, but not to be the one who finds out.
Exactly.
You talk about how somebody should do something, so when the leadership doesn't, it's easier to depose them because you have support.
Yeah, because they should have done something.
Yes.
We all discussed it. We all came to an agreement.
Vina with a 3 on your check. You are attempting to covertly let Mercurius know that you've got something you'd like to ask him. You see him on the podium, just tilt his head slightly, and then turn back to whatever conversation he's engaged in. And then a hand takes you by the elbow and just sort of like walks you slightly further away. And you look over and you see Mercurius, who is both here and up there. You have something you wish to tell me? Sorry, you have something you wish to tell me?
Yes. The Trevi Fountain, the thing that seems to be a hot topic tonight.
Yes, I've heard many people speaking of it. Have you witnessed it?
I have.
What did you see?
A body crammed in between the arm and rib cage of Oceanus. Paintings and symbols depicting an old, ancient death god.
The gods won't save your gods won't save you. My god is here, sort of thing.
Potentially.
Hmm.
If you give me a moment, and she'll pull out paper and pencil. And Avina has eidetic memory.
Paper and quill, rather.
So paper and quill is going to just do a quick mock-up of all of the symbology that she saw.
Probably paper and charcoal. There's no way you have
True. Yeah.
instead
No.
of ink here.
No.
It's a quick charcoal sketch, and he takes it and looks at it. He doesn't react, but he does stare at it for a lot longer than someone who doesn't know what it is would do.
What name is coming to your mind? I can see it working behind your eyes.
He looks at you. He opens his mouth as if he was about to say something, then closes it, looks over at you, looks over. Not here. Looks around, points towards the back of the hall. Head over towards the depiction of Father Kane. Behind the tapestry there's a door. Go through it. Present your pin.
I was about to say it's at this point that she pulls that out of a pocket and just affixes it to the front of her cloak.
Do not let your allies can see you. It would prefer if they didn't, but do not let them follow you.
I don't believe I'm that big of an interest for them to be following me.
Don't sell yourself short. And you
I
realize
am a creature of
as you respond to that statement, he's not there anymore. He didn't go away. He's just stopped being there.
You will have to show me that trick sometime. And she'll make her way back to, yeah, she'll try and make sure she's not followed, but make her way in behind the tapestry and into that room.
Dexterity stealth, difficulty 4 because there's a crowd.
Three successes.
Right. Is anyone trying particularly hard to keep a tab on Vina?
Kara's trying to keep like perception on most things, but Vina, if she catches any whiff of that conversation, Vina's a particular interest as well. Yes.
You wouldn't have
heard everything but the end of that.
You wouldn't have heard any of that conversation. Which, if you were
Unfortunately, Vina's. Oh, sorry.
If you were paying attention, like visually, would have seemed odd because you're definitely hearing conversations around where they were talking, but you would not have heard that conversation at all.
That definitely would have piqued your interest as well, though. At that point, then if she was specifically not hearing anything from where she was.
Then perception alertness difficulty 7. You need 3 successes.
Nope.
You lose her in the crowd.
Unfortunately, Vina was correct, and Hyacinth has things that he is prioritizing
There.
more highly than what she's up to.
All right. So you head back. It takes you a little while to get back there, though. So Anais, you head up.
Heading up to Lucretia.
You head up to Lucrezia. She disengages with the conversation that she's having, not visibly, but you know she has because she goes from leaning on the elbow closest to the conversation to leaning on the elbow furthest away from the conversation. Which means that you can walk right up to her and basically just talk in her ear, and you'll have her attention.
Okay. Mistress, are you perchance? Has there been any word of? I don't know how else to say this. Elder clan members in the city?
She adjusts herself in the seat slightly, excuses herself verbally, and then turns to you. Aside from myself and a few others, or is there someone specific you're thinking of?
I was down in the underground, and I encountered a giant crocodile creature.
You only know that there's a reaction because you have known her long enough. That she's very practiced at not reacting to things. But there is the slightest twitch in one eye. Pardon, I must not have heard you correctly. Could you please repeat yourself?
I believe you did, mistress. A giant crocodile creature. I will give the closest approximation I can of dimensions.
Which is a lot, other than the snout.
Right. Other than the snout and like
other than the fact that its teeth
chewing through the door.
Yeah,
took a metal grate off the hinges.
The snout broke through the door, then the teeth took the door back.
Yes. Like there is not a single whit of detail that is the person who never says anything fully is giving everything fully.
Did it follow you?
I don't believe so. I moved very, very quickly and got Luciana out, and Sabina managed to follow with. I don't think it followed. I have That is unfortunately not the only bad news I have.
Lovely. And the other?
Well, the one bit of maybe good-ish news, or at least information that may be useful, people may already know. I'm gonna dump what I saw of the sigil at the fountain, etc. Hopefully that may be of use.
Did you see enough of it to describe it in more detail? You can give me, you give me intelligence and
Yep.
Intelligence and occult roll.
Alertness.
Yeah,
Occult?
intelligence
Okay.
and alertness. Yeah, that's right. Intelligence and
Okay.
alertness difficulty 7 to describe it with
Just
clarity.
to like visually recall, yeah.
1.
Well, that's all you need. Yeah,
I will take the 1.
this is actually
I
fun.
will sketch it.
This is actually
I will sketch if there is some paper.
Yeah, no, you describe it very, very vividly.
Okay.
Bit of co-synchronous time as we see both that conversation happening and Vina having sat behind a tapestry at the back of the hall, gone into a room with that has a desk and some drinks and things around for like meeting guests and things, but none of it's currently being touched. As Mercurius sits on the table looking at the piece of paper, and both simultaneously, the camera watching both of them, Lucrezia and Mercurius muse aloud to themselves and to the people that can hear them. Who the hell put the symbol of Nurgle on the Trevi Fountain? And that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.